I'd like to call the regular session meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Romanek.
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Here.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Here.
Commissioner Watson.
Here.
Commissioner Brunello.
Present.
I'd like to invite Reverend Murky to give the invocation, followed by the salute of the flag. Can we please stand?
Let us pray. For your goodness and grace, we give you thanks. Thank you for our city. We love it. We pray your blessing on it. We pray your blessing on our leadership. We ask that you would guide our meeting tonight. Lead us forward by your grace in all things, and we will give you thanks in your name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Way to go, Killian. I heard you. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of 1975. Was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
We had two, Mayor. So we had the addition of resolution number 11, which is authorizing a professional service contract with Anderson and Krieger LLP in the amount of $15,000 for legal services concerning the non-renewal of the ground lease with the DRBA. And also we had an amendment to the ordinance on first reading item 1, which is amending chapter 43, and Brock can elaborate those changes.
Yes, the title's been amended as follows: an ordinance amending Millville Code Chapter 43, Parks and Public Property, Article 1, Section 43.3, hours of curfew established, and Article 7, special events on public lands, Section 43.37, permits required in order to provide uniform hours of curfew and to streamline the permitting of special events. And the change from what was previously put forward is in Section 43-3, hours of curfew established, subsection A, no person shall be or remain in the parks and recreation areas, nor shall any person be standing or stopped in the parking lots of said places between dusk and dawn. That's the change that was made. Goes on to say, this provision shall be applicable to all parks and recreation areas located within the city, with the exception of those referenced in subparagraph B below. And subparagraph B pertains to 4th Street Park, Noble Street Park, and North Street Park. So there would be a uniform hours of curfew in all city parks. Also, Section 43.4 exceptions. We've added new sections or subparagraphs C and D. Launching boats at Fowler Road boat ramp will be accepted from this rule. Also, the tennis court for school-sponsored events will be accepted from the rule. And the rest is the same as the previous version of the ordinance.
Thank you, Jeannie and Brock. Presentations.
Okay, the first item, we have Fourth Friday certificate presentation.
Ma'am. It's been an amazing summer, and we've had amazing people helping out with all of our Fourth Friday events. And tonight we would like to recognize everybody who came out there consistently through every Fourth Friday event. It was just a really great turnout, and we are really grateful, and we'd like to thank you. Sam, Nicole.
I do want to put it on record that Commissioner Ranella did ask for these to be done sooner, but that's my fault. So I do apologize for the delay, because obviously our last Fourth Friday was in August. But like Commissioner Ranella said, we just had an amazing summer with some amazing people that we couldn't have done this event without. So go ahead and get started here. If you want to go inside, then you can hand it. I'm still going to, some of the people are not here, I see out in the crowd, but I'm still going to read their names because they are important to the event. So our first one would be Stephanie Risley. Complete Care, who's a representative from Complete Care? Oh, there's our cooker, Robbie Brooks. Yes, he was. Thank Thank you. Thank you so much. I do apologize. It is customary that we usually do read the certificate first. So each of the fine people that are going to come up are going to receive a certificate of recognition. The City of Millville does hereby affirm that each person that we're going to read here is duly recognized and awarded this certificate of recognition for helping to make Fourth Fridays in Millville a huge success. The City of Millville applauds you, and they've both been signed by the mayor and our commissioner, Commissioner Ranello. So William Milbourne. I didn't see him. He did a lot of DJ work for us. We had 360 out there. Selfie 360, that was really cool. We did a department one, so you can probably see that out there still. Sandra Acevedo. Christina Nahar, did I say that correct? Oh, here we go. So this is our mascot of Fourth Friday. I'm not too sure if she did this, she wanted to or was against her will. But Jalea Loatman was our, she did tell me that one time she was doing it on her own. But she was our mascot of Fourth Fridays. Always boogieing down with all the kids there. So we appreciate that. Thank you. And it was really hot in there. She was in a costume. When I say mascot, she was in a costume, okay? She was a bulldog. And it was very hot out there most nights. So we do have one for Inspira Health. I know we have some representatives, so if you can come on up. So they did help us with a lot of funding throughout the program, so we do appreciate it. Oh, yeah, go ahead and pose. That's what presentations are about, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nikki Hall. Okay, so we can get it amended for you if you need it for, your fancy wall or something like that, I would die if it said Samantha White up there, so they all have to say Samantha Cruz now, so. I can get it changed for you if you'd like. And Nicole. Okay, and I'm sorry, Nicole is the director of Ascenda, and Ascenda was out there a lot and helped us every Fourth Friday with lots of funding, so we really appreciate, for sure. So NJ for us came out with, I think you sponsored 2 of our evenings of food, and I mean, brought out huge totes. I'm not too sure Robbie liked that, but I mean, it just kept coming. The rolls, the condiments.
There was no shortage.
There was never any shortage, and I don't think anyone left Fourth Friday without being nobody went left hungry. So. Oh my goodness! Did you see the foam party? Mr. Foamtastic, which I couldn't get that song out of my head the entire summer. It was amazing, and it was so great. We had to have him at other events, and everybody kept asking for him. So we appreciate you paying for Mr. Foamtastic as well. Thank you. Jenna Harvey. Oh, I know. I seen her walking in. Tori, come on up, girl. So Tori brought out her lovely critters at every event. So we really appreciate, Tori doesn't just come to Fourth Friday, she comes to pretty much every city event and is with us, so we appreciate you, Tori. And she hasn't been feeling all that well, so we're glad she stopped out tonight. So I do have another certificate that is written out to Ascenda Health. So if you want to come get that on part of the organization, I appreciate that. We thought you were extra special, so we put it, even though we didn't put the name right. That was Wayne's fault. Thank you. I don't see him here. He said he was going to be here, but Reese Barry Cephas, I practiced the last name too, and he isn't here. Not to talk to him. But anything we need, Barry's there, or as we call him, Reese. So we appreciate you if you're watching us. Shout out to you. Gateway? Okay. What was that? Ashley Todd. Yeah, it was Todd. Yes. There we go. There we go. And even though I practice this one, I'm still gonna mess it up. Blaze, Millen. Come here, come tell me how you say your name right. I practice, but I fail. Blaze? That is not how it definitely is spelled, okay? No, not in my world. Where's the Z? Remember. So not only was he a supporter of our Fourth Fridays, he's also been a supporter of our playground project as well, so we appreciate you very much. Mortgage One Corporation, Nation One.
Wade got me involved. I'm a resident of Millville. I love this town. I'm a violent guy, but been here for 12 years.
It's okay, we
And,
like you here.
Yeah, listen, I'm happy to be here, so
Yeah.
happy to help.
So we'll be sending you more emails for other things then.
Perfectly fine.
All right.
I don't know how to say no. So,
Okay, Blaze, there you go. All right. And Wade was over there counting, and he goes, "Oh, I know she's supposed to be done." But, oh, you want a picture? I'm sorry.
I didn't. Everyone else had theirs open, so.
Oh, okay, one more picture, sorry.
I got it.
Thank you. Awesome.
So, Wade's down there saying, "Oh, that's all of them." But there is a very special certificate, and that's for you, Wade. You're a pain in my butt. I could say that at a commission meeting, I guess, but you keep pushing, and I appreciate that. So without really you pushing the city to continue doing all our good work with Fourth Fridays, we really, really appreciate that. So get up here. But he knows he's a pain in my butt, so. So we really appreciate you. Thank you.
Can I say something real fast?
Oh, yeah, sure. No, I don't have no pictures for me.
Cool. I just wanted to get up here and say I want to thank all the commissioners, right? Without all y'all help, Commissioner Ranello, Sam, none of this would have been possible. Without the community stepping up, doing their part, we could never do this without the community. We want to thank all our sponsors. Every last piece of money that y'all supported went right back in the Fourth Fridays. At some point, sometime I even took money out of my pocket just to make this work. It's a beautiful thing that we got going on in the city, and it's a beautiful collaboration between government and community. Also want to thank not only Commissioner Ranello, I want to thank Joe Suey, Commissioner Suey too, because he helped out big time with our camp for us, getting that approved out there. So we had some delays, we had some roadblocks, and he did actually take the time out, even though we don't see eye to eye a lot of times. Most of the times, he did take a call and take a meeting. When it came to the kids, he did step up, and it'd be great to see cooperation like that within our city commissioners too. Whatever differences it is, I'm sure it can be worked out behind doors, and when we get up on his dais, we could get everything cleared up and make sure we're making the right decisions for our community. And again, thank everybody too that supported, came out. We enjoyed y'all. We hope we could do it again. Sam, thank you again. Thank you.
Yeah, I could just say without doubt, without the Parks Department and Wade's dedication to Fourth Fridays, these events would not be what they are. The community will always show up and be there, and it was a great time to see the community being out there every Fourth Friday. And there were some very warm Fourth Fridays this year, but we also had some very nice weather many other times, and just the entertainment throughout the whole night, throughout the city, from our police officers just rolling by, fire department being there. Everybody, the entire city of Millville came to experience Fourth Fridays, and I cannot commend you enough, Wade and Sam, for what you guys do and work together with, somebody being within the city and somebody working for the city and helping the city prosper and grow. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you, guys. Bills.
Make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on paying the bills. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Make a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the following minutes and to proceed with the regular order of business, October 1st, 2024 special session for demolition hearing, October 1st, 2024 work session, October 1st, 2024 closed session, October 1st, 2024 regular meeting.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve and dispense with the reading of the following minutes. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Vanello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Public comment on agenda items only. We have now reached the public comment portion on the agenda items. If you would like to come to the podium, state your name and address your concerns, and please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes.
Mary Messick here of Millville. On tonight's agenda, we have possibility of having a class 5 and a class 6. First of all, I don't understand why, other than the fact that, yeah, the city needs stuff coming in to give us revenue and to give us ratables. I don't know how many times I've been to these commission meetings, whether it's previous commission meetings or even this present commission meeting, that people have stood here at this podium and have listed what each one seems to think is our biggest concerns. A, I know the city has a drug problem. B, this, in my personal opinion, is just going to add to that. Because A, I can sit in my car across from city liquor and I can watch multiple people walk up to other people and ask them to go in and get them stuff. Because A, they've been banned for one reason or another. What's to stop somebody from doing that at a class 5 shop? I can't even sit on a decent day outside on the bench in front of my house without smelling the distinct, awful odor from this product. Why would I want somebody in a town that has a class 6 to bring it to my town when we already have enough problems with that in itself? So I would appreciate it if all of you would sit back, think hard and long, instead of looking at what looks good on paper. Look at the overall picture. And I thank you.
Good evening. Tamara Davis, Millville. This is also written regarding to Resolution Number 9, the Class 5 and 6 cannabis deliver facilities in certain districts. Please indulge me, I have a few prepared comments, so I'm trying to make sure it's within the 5 minutes. First and foremost, it's important to address why this issue is being reconsidered. The shift in direction raises concerns about whether the decision to revisit this issue is being driven by genuine community needs or simply by new business interest or the benefit of one entrepreneur. The Commission's initial discussions and public input raised valid concerns about the social, economic impacts of cannabis facilities in Millville. If those concerns weren't enough to act before, we must ask what has changed to justify this rapid reconsideration. Has a certain area been located within certain limits that could be potentially beneficial? Have risks to public safety, property values, and community character have been fully addressed? Or is this a response to pressure from a few entities or just one interested party? Without clear evidence of why this issue is back on the table and whether the original concerns have been resolved, moving forward could seem rushed or inconsistent with the Commission's prior stance. This uncertainty makes it more important to proceed cautiously and not arbitrarily. There are a few other points I would like to add based on how the resolution is stated. First, the conditional use permits proposed in the resolution may not provide enough protection, suitable planning, and enough guidance. While the resolution proposes limiting cannabis facilities to certain areas, it doesn't define these areas or ensure they meet inherently beneficial community needs. Conditional use permits could still allow too much flexibility, leading to oversaturation, inadequate distance from schools or parks, or loopholes in regulations. To avoid these risks, the resolution should specify where these facilities should go, or would go, ensuring they have the necessary infrastructure, parking, and traffic capacity. Without this clarity, changes to traffic laws may be impractical when other areas in the city could be better suited for cannabis retail. Second, it's important to consider whether this decision aligns with Millville's long-term vision. The Planning Board has been actively re-examining the master plan to better reflect the city's broader goals and values. Where do the certain areas for cannabis facilities fit into these goals? Why wasn't this previously an open discussed during the Planning Board's re-examinations as a potential addition? Moreover, why is the resolution even necessary for the Planning Board to consider cannabis retail? It almost seems as if the Commission is pressuring the Planning Board to include cannabis retail in the master plan rather than allowing for open discussion and evaluation. Finally, the economic benefits of cannabis retail and delivery services remain uncertain. While entrepreneurs have shown interest, it's unclear if these businesses will bring long-term economic gains. The potential tax revenue must be weighed against the cost of regulation, enforcement, public safety, and community impact. While cannabis may offer short-term gains, as the former business administrator noted, the city's long-term success depends on a diverse economic base, not reliance on a single industry. This should be carefully considered when making decisions about development to ensure Millville's growth is sustainable and well-rounded. Millville's past included reliance on one single industry, and its failure tainted the city since its demise. These concerns might raise important questions about whether allowing cannabis facilities is the right move for Millville currently. At the very least, they urge caution, suggesting that the city should take more careful time to study the issue thoroughly before moving forward with this resolution. I strongly urge that the board either table this resolution or not provide a second for it to move forward. I really believe that there is a lack of trust due to its vagueness, no clear plan, and reversal of previous discussions. The resolution lacks transparency, detail, and community involvement needed to fully trust the process. Thank you.
Patricia Kears, 409 Peach Drive. I'm also addressing 19.9. I commend the commission for sending it to the planning board. I think it's a good way to restrict cannabis sales to areas that would not be detrimental to the rest of the city. For instance, using industrial parks, where my daughter lives in Gloucester, Massachusetts. They have a huge cannabis grow, and attached to that is a cannabis retail facility. They have guards. You have to show ID. They restrict your buying to a certain amount every day. And most of all, it's in an industrial park away from the center of their town, so it does not interfere with their tourist industry. And it is away from school. It is away from residential. So I think looking at this from a planning point to put it somewhere outside of these areas I mentioned is a good idea. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Blaze Manzoni, in case you didn't see that earlier. And I'm coming up here and I actually applaud you guys for reconsidering this, and I think it should be done properly. I actually am opening a cannabis dispensary in Buena Borough, and I'd much rather be opening that in my hometown, which I love and care about. And I do think that passing it on to the planning board is a great idea, and I think if done properly, whether your personal opinion is pro or against cannabis, it could be very beneficial to the city. And I'm very happy as a taxpayer here and a member of this community to see you guys reconsidering it. And there would have been nothing that would have made me happier to do it here in my hometown. I know that I might have some opposition to that, and I apologize if we offend anybody, but if a Class 5 is done properly, there's really no negative impact to the county or to the city that it's in. We hired tons of outside firms to do studies on this when we went through the process in Buna, and having a cannabis zone like they did, where it was a certain distance from schools to meet state requirements and a certain distance from parks and other city venues, is the proper way to do it. And the revenue from the sale of it is hard to ignore. I don't think it's going to balance any budget. I think anybody would be foolish to think that. However, if done properly, it could really help the city. And to be honest with you, it could help get some of the people off the street that are currently selling cannabis illegally and give people an option to buy it at a store where it's regulated, tested by labs, and much more of a controlled environment that's safer for the whole community. I know it's kind of a crazy thing to think about, but as we all know, times are changing, and the state of New Jersey has passed it as something legal. And if it's done properly, I think it's great, and I'm happy to see that everybody's been reconsidering it. So thank you guys for that.
Xavier Jackson. I'm actually the founder of the dispensary opening up in Buna, but you know I'm a Millville boy. I'm born and raised in Millville, you know, and you know just all the research I have had to do to get this license that I have in Buna, and I can tell you the regulations for this is insane, right? And I heard someone talk about people buying product for other people outside the store, right? But, you know, they don't understand that a liquor store is not highly regulated. A liquor store, they don't have the cameras that I have. They don't have the door access that I have, right? My facility is locked down, right? I come from a security background, so any dispensary that you see that's popping up is highly, regulated, and they have cameras, The system is probably better than, it's better than City Hall, I could say that, you know what I'm saying? And, hey. Look, and I can also say that, no, but look, I can say it's highly regulated and you don't even have to worry about people buying stuff for other people. You have to be 21 to walk in my building. I have security checks. My ID check is casino grade. Anybody that goes to the casino, this is highly regulated. And every hour that the store is open, you guys are going to make money, and it's just so easy, right? It could be so easy. And I just want you guys to know, the people that's on the street, I come from this town. I grew up in this town, so it's gonna make people come to that regulated spot, and people want tested products, And I'm in Buna, and sorry, but the people from Millville are going to come to Buna, and that's just going to happen. They're going to Vineland. They've been going to Vineland for 2 years. So that's 2 years of revenue that you guys could have got. But, I'm just getting into this, and it was a journey, going to all the meetings in Buna. I went to all the meetings for a whole year, every 2 weeks. And like I said, I'm from Millville. So I would, and I'm going to be here for the next year here and every 2 weeks, and I promise that. Thank you.
Seeing no one further, I will close the public comment on agenda items only. Petitions and letters.
Okay, I just need a motion to receive and file a letter from Mayor Romanek reappointing Timothy Smarania Sr. as a Class 4 member of the Planning Board with an expiration of November 11, 2028.
Make a motion.
Second the motion.
We have a motion and a second to reappoint Mr. Sparagna. Any comments? Yes, Tim is a valuable member of the Planning Board. He brings thoughtful insights to the Planning Board discussions, and I appreciate that. Roll call.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Yes.
Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello.
Yes.
Mayor Romanek.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Reports of Commissioners. Commissioner Hewitt.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. First, I would like to provide my comments, receive and file the reports for fire, rescue, and police. Make a motion?
Second the motion.
We have a motion and second to receive and file the EMS, fire, and police reports for the month of September. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Vernello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
With that said, first thing I need to start off with, we had a retirement the other day. Her official retirement will be November 1st. But last week was Lieutenant Cindy Zadroga's last day of work as a lieutenant for the Millville Police Department. All of us next door thank her for her dedication to the city. She's moving on to the afterlife of the years she spent here. With that being said, next meeting we'll be making some moves within the department to fill vacant slots, and I appreciate everybody that was involved. I got some numbers here for the month for public safety. Police department responded to 3,171 calls for service. Fire department responded to 129 calls for service. Rescue squad, 636 calls for service. Plus, we also responded outside of the city to local areas that needed help, like they come to help us. We took 80 calls outside the city for the EMS. Once again, like every month. Thank you very much, public safety team, and keep your heads up, keep on keeping it. With that, progress.
Thank you, Commissioner Hewitt. Commissioner Watson.
I got the report from Streets and Roads for mid-October. The sinkhole in front of 2415 Shelburne Road is complete. The road repair in front of 2417 Shelburne is complete. The retention pond at the end of Airwork Street is complete and is in operation. Streets and Roads wanted to send a special thank you to the engineering department for all they done with the construction of the project. Streets and Roads has collected 277.5 tons of brush this season, and brush collection is now over. Streets and Roads is preparing for loose leaves collection and will begin on November 1st. Residents can place loose leaves out to the curb now. Residents have until December 31st to place loose leaves out to the curb. If anybody has any questions or concerns, please contact Streets and Roads, 856-825-7000, extension 7388. That's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Watson. Commissioner Ranello.
Yes, on Saturday, October 5th, we celebrated the newly renovated basketball courts at Waltman Park. They look pretty amazing, so if you haven't seen them, encouraging everybody to go down. We'd like to thank Rare Causes, the Holly City Development Corporation, the Cumberland County Cultural Heritage Commission, Razor's Edge, Mission Spirits, U.S. Silica, and for Struggling Creatives. We truly appreciate everyone coming out to support all the great things that have been happening in the community, and we encourage everybody to continue. We're currently working on the lighting issues at Glasstown Plaza along High Street. We hope to have most of the repairs completed by Friday. We have some lights out. We're aware of them. We're working on them. As far as upcoming events, we're accepting registration for our annual Halloween decorating contest until Thursday, October 24th. If you're all decorated and you'd like to register your home or business, please email recreation@millvillenj.gov. Enter the contest. This Friday is Mystery on High. We encourage everybody to come join us and help solve the mystery of who killed Captain Buck. The event will take place along High Street from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to have pumpkin decorating, hot apple cider, tarot card readings, hair tinseling. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we encourage everybody to come out. Hope to see you there. On Saturday, October 19th, the sports complex behind Lakeside Middle School will officially be dedicated to and named the Tim Shannon Sports Complex. So please join us at 11 a.m. for the ceremony. Lastly, to complete our October fun, the annual Pumpkin Extravaganza will be held on Saturday, October 26th, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., on Pine Street between 2nd and 3rd, same place that Play Streets takes place. We'll have trunk or treat, pumpkin decorating, games, music. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bring the kids down. Everybody enjoys it every year. So if you have any questions about any of these events or our decorating contest, please contact the Millville Recreation Department. You could also call 856-825-7000, extension 7394. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Ranello. Vice Mayor Zui?
Yes, first to make the motion to receive and file the tax collector's report for September 2024.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second to receive and file this tax collector's report for September of this year. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, I'd like to thank the Streets and Roads Department for their help in fixing the retention pond behind 25 Airworks Street, which was integral to getting an easement, to selling that, to subdividing the lot, and so we can prepare to sell 25 Airworks Street, which is under contract. So without that, we couldn't get that done. So thank you for that. Touch on Pleasant Drive for a minute. We asked the state for an extension until May of next year to do the paving, and because of water work that needed to be done on that street, and they agreed and said we have to have it bid out by May of 2025. So I know some people were asking me about that, when it was going to be done because of the delay. Also, the water department did a heck of a job to allow the execution of the easement, which you're going to see on the following ordinance, to run a new pipe. There was a pipe that was run several years ago, apparently on some kind of okey-doke that fed the complex out there that went across private property, which should have never happened, but it did. So that's all been fixed, and now we can proceed with that. And with that, progress.
Good. Thank you, Vice Mayor Sui. For me, Mayor Romanek, fifth floor is busy and working as usual and as properly as it should. We did have as Commissioner Ranello stated, on October 5th, we had the Waltman Park dedication, Waltman Park, City Park. I saw a lot of comments and pictures, and with County Commissioner Victoria Load, she was a little confused at what City Park was and what Waltman Park was. Apparently, it's always been Waltman Park, but I guess we Millvillians call it City Park, and I've always known it as both. But it was beautiful weather. It was great to see the kids and see both courts finally finished in City Park, and knowing that it will be continued to have great use for playing sports and just being overall communal engagement at Waltman City Park. The Halloween decorations that I am seeing around town, I do absolutely adore it. It's great to see, all times of year and all seasons, the community get together and decorate and show their love for each and every season or holiday. So keep it up, continue going on. I'm always excited to learn and hear about the winner. This Saturday, as Commissioner Ranello said, is the Tim Shannon dedication. We will now have the Rob Shannon Sports Complex. We will now have the Tim Shannon Sports Complex. Mayor Shannon was known as the mayor of fun. He had a great time sitting in this very same exact seat as I am, and I can only emulate so much to how to be a man like him. He is duly missed. It's sometimes surreal that he has gone from this great, beautiful earth. But Saturday will be a momentous time and a great time for our city to dedicate something to Mayor Tim Shannon. Ordinances in the second reading.
Okay, item 1 is an ordinance authorizing the amendment to Motor Vehicle and Traffic Regulations, Municipal Code, Article 10, Schedule 21, to add parking reserved for handicapped persons at 309 East Oak Street.
Make motion?
Second motion.
We have a motion and second on ordinance in the second reading, item number 1. There is public hearing now for this ordinance. If anybody would like to come to the podium, state your name, explain your name. Seeing no one, I will close public hearing on ordinance in the second reading, item number 1. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
A motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance authorizing the execution of a utility easement agreement between the City of Millville and 416 15th Street South LLC for property identified as Block 489, Lot 4, and more commonly known as 416 South 15th Street.
Move the ordinance on second reading.
Second motion.
We have a motion and second on ordinance item number 2. There's now a public hearing on this ordinance. If anybody would like to come to the podium, say your name and concerns. Seeing nobody, I will close public hearing. Any comments? Vice Mayor, thank you for getting on top of this, and as you said, a lot of little hokey dokey with the way the pipe was ran, but this is good progress for 15th Street.
I can't. You know, I want to thank the administrator. He was instrumental in talking to those folks and getting engineering to coordinate with the water department to get that stuff done, so. And it was a rush, so it was a very good job by all involved.
Excellent, yeah, and didn't seem like that too long ago where we were out there and seeing the way the pipe was ran, and now it's complete, now it's done. So kudos to everybody. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Suey?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Ordinances in the first reading.
Okay, we have an ordinance amending Millville Code Chapter 43, Parks and Public Property, various sections.
Make a motion?
Second motion.
We have a motion and second on ordinance in the first reading, item number 1. Any comments?
Just wanted to, Mr. Russell explained what this was about in the beginning of the reading, in the beginning of the meeting. It's just one.
Do you want me to comment
Yeah,
about it
yeah,
again?
if you
Okay,
want to
I'm
just,
sorry. Yeah.
sorry.
What this would do is, right now, the ordinance provides a different period of curfew for different parks. In 3 of the parks, there's a dusk to dawn curfew, and in all the other parks, there's a hourly curfew between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. And in essence, what this would do would make a uniform period of curfew. It would be dawn to dusk throughout the city. And it also fixes some problems with the existing ordinance by clarifying that it doesn't apply to people that are launching their boats or pulling them out of the water at the Fowler Avenue boat ramp, nor would it apply to the tennis courts when there's school-sponsored activities. And it cleans up a couple of other provisions. The eliminates the reference to the Millville Development Corporation, substitutes that with the Riverfront Renaissance Center, and does other similar housekeeping.
Thank you.
We have a second?
Second motion.
Oh, actually,
No,
Commissioner
Watson.
Watson did, yeah, we got it.
I couldn't remember. I was listening. We have a motion and a second on resolution item in the first reading. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Suey?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Resolutions.
Okay, item 1 is a resolution authorizing the city to enter into an emergency contract purchase order with Garrison Enterprise Incorporated to repair sewer leak at Starling Street for a total not to exceed $30,760.16.
Move the resolution, and I have certification of funds in the amount of $30,716.16 signed by our CFO.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 1. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Suey?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution awarding a fair and open contract to EMS Consulting Services for billing services for the City of Millville EMS Department with ambulance service at 6% of the amount collected by the City of Millville for claims billed by the vendor for 2 years beginning October 15, 2024 and ending October 14, 2026.
Make motion, and with that, I have certification of funds in the amount of 6% of total amount collected each year.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 2. Any comments?
Yes, this has been our third-party billing for EMS for the last 2 years, I believe. They're doing a great job. So with that, I appreciate the vote to pass this.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Suey?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution accepting the annual audit report for calendar year 2023 and filing of group affidavit.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 3. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
The motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution appointing Audley Campbell as a regular member of the Millville Housing Authority of the City of Millville with a 5-year term beginning October 15, 2024, and expiring October 15, 2029.
Move the resolution.
Do I have a second?
Okay,
Okay, I guess we'll keep the
so no second, so
second.
this fails. Okay.
We still need people. Yeah, I don't have it.
Okay, item number 5 is a resolution certifying review of the 2024 best practices inventory.
Make motion?
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 5. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 6 is a resolution authorizing the city to enter into a contract purchase order with Gale Corporation for 2 Gorman replacement pumps needed for Buck Street in an amount not to exceed $18,478.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Oh, I have certification of funds in the amount of $18,478, signed by the CFO, Susan Quinones.
Seeing now that we have a motion and second, any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 7 is a resolution authorizing adjustments to the tax and utilities record.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 7. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 8 is a resolution approving the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2024 municipal budget in the sum of $250,000 from the state of New Jersey in the form of the New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Buck Street Park improvements, which is now available as revenue.
Make a motion.
Second motion?
We have a motion and second on resolution item number 8. Any comments? I got a letter from the state of New Jersey saying about this very $250,000. So seems we're doing something right. Roll call.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 9 is a resolution referring question to the planning board as to whether Class 5 cannabis retailer and Class 6 cannabis delivery license facilities should be permitted in certain zoning districts within the city as conditional uses.
Move the resolution.
Okay, so we had a motion and no second, so this fails. Okay. And item 10 is a resolution authorizing the submission of an application to expand the boundaries of current Vineland-Millville Joint Urban Enterprise Zone and accept the new Urban Enterprise Zone 5-year plan.
Make a motion.
Second motion?
We have a motion on resolution item number 10. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Motion carries. And item 11, which was added, is a resolution authorizing a professional service contract under a non-fair and open process with Anderson and Krieger LLP in an amount of $15,000.
Make motion. With that, I have a certification of funds in the amount of $15,000, certified by our Chief Financial Officer, Susan Quinones.
Second motion?
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 11. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranello?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
New business.
Okay, we have no new business, Mayor.
We have now reached the public comment portion of our meeting. Anyone who would like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name, and address your concerns. Please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes.
Samantha Cruz. I do live in Millville and Coombs Road, but I did want to, Barry, he had stepped in a little late from our presentation for Fourth Fridays. So, Barry, I just wanted to thank you for Fourth Fridays. Commissioner Rennell does have a certificate for you. So we appreciate everything that you've done for us for Fourth Fridays. I do apologize. I sometimes let my recreation get a little crazy. So if anyone thinks I'm a little nutty up there, I do apologize. But I forget sometimes I'm not always in the recreation center, but we really do appreciate everybody from Fourth Friday and all the hard work that we did, and with all of our events. I mean, if it wasn't for UEZ funding, which you see the 5-year plan, pushing that through, we can start drawing down more funds for all those events. We've had a lot of great projects and a lot more still to come. I was up in engineering this morning, and we're going to get our feet on the ground with the paver project, the possible parking lot repaving project, and also the Buck Street project as well, park, which is going to help with all the pavers and the park issues that we have down there. There's some missing railing down there and security for that park. So a lot of good projects happening through the UEZ. So if you don't know about that, that's really helped our community a lot over the last couple of years, especially with the events. And Mystery on High is actually a UEZ event also this Friday evening. So we're really excited about that. But if you want to grab your certificate from the commissioner, and we appreciate everyone again for working with the Parks and Recreation Department. Thank you.
Good evening, Tamara Davis. I'm here as a public service announcement. The Board of Elections would like to remind everyone that we are hot and heavy into election season. So if you are choosing to vote via mail, please get your mail-in ballots as soon as you make a decision and mail that in. There is a box right behind City Hall to drop that off, or you could drop it off at the Board of Elections out on Route 49. In addition, as we all know, this is going to be locally and nationally. It's going to be a big election. So there is early voting available at 3 locations within the county. If you're a registered voter in the county, you can vote at one of these locations. You don't have to necessarily go to the city that you're registered in. So in Bridgeton, on Babe Ruth Drive, which, to give you some context, it's right behind the high school and the stadium on West Avenue. At the Bridgeton Senior Center, you can vote early. Right here in Millville, you can vote at the Women's Club, which is 300 East Street. And then in Vineland, you can vote at 20 South 6th Street, which is the PAL building in Vineland. Early voting starts on Saturday, October 26th, and it goes until Sunday, November 3rd. Monday through Saturday, it's 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and then Sunday, it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then, of course, there's Election Day with polls opening at 6 a.m. and opening until 8 p.m. Keep in mind that, yes, there is the new electronic system that they have been using for the past few elections. They do take a little time. They're not as quick as the previous machines. So if you come and there is a line, stay in line. Stay in line, please. It will take a few minutes for all the voters to go through. Your vote does count, and it's important, and we feel that it's imperative that you consider it as important. So if you have any questions, feel free to call the Board of Elections. There was also 3 different flyers sent out at 3 different times explaining mail-ins and early voting and such. So if you have any questions, please do and reach out to the Board of Elections. Thank you.
Hi, Cindy Cook, Val Lane, Millville. I would just like to draw the attention to you that do not know that our Millville girls field hockey team is having an incredible season. They don't get any of the recognition like the other teams do, so I'm hoping some of y'all can come out tomorrow night at 6:15. They are beginning their first playoff game against Middle Township. These 2 teams are very evenly matched. They both, in two games against each other, Millville won by 1 point, Middle Township won by 1 point. Both games were in sudden death playoffs. So they were tie up until overtime. So this should be an incredible game. Right now, I don't know if we've only lost one game or if we've lost two. But we're having an incredible season. This is a first for our girls hockey team in the last few years. So I'm hoping to see some of you all at 6:15 at Memorial School Field. Thank you.
Seeing no one else, I will close. Keep it open.
Good evening. Steve Latour, 218 East Main Street. Just one thing, I guess I would be the Public Works Commissioner. There was a few months ago, I think it was an accident, it had to be an accident, with a light pole in front of where I live was broken and it was repaired. And there was a street light that was on it, but that was never replaced. I live at 218 East Main Street. That's right on the parking lot, the public parking lot next to the Historical Society. So the light pole that was replaced had a light on it, a street light on it that wasn't replaced. And sometimes we don't have all the lights that are in the parking lot working either. So it might be a security concern at some point. And then also, there's an aisle next to the church that runs. It's like an alley. It's not the one between the Episcopal Church and the Baptist Church. It's the other one that runs along. I think that's somebody's backyard, but there are people always going back and forth there. So, and different hours of the night too. So that was it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now, seeing no one else coming to the podium, I will close public comment portion. Closing comments of commissioners. Commissioner Hewitt.
Once again, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I think there's still some thought process to do on a few things here in town. But that's what we have to do. Once again, I want to thank my public safety teams for what they do. They're out there all the time. And that's it, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Hewitt. Commissioner Watson.
I don't have anything, thank you.
Commissioner Ranella.
We have a lot of great events, like I highlighted earlier. This is the last meeting prior to our election, as Mrs. Davis pointed out. And regardless of who you vote for, I hope all of you go out and vote. That's the most important thing that you could do. Go out and vote, vote, vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Ranella. Vice Mayor Sui.
Yes, first of all, I want to address transparency. I did watch a video of one candidate that had to do with transparency, so I'm going to talk about that for a minute. When someone tells you they're transparent and they're really not, that turns into deception. So I'm going to tell you about a conversation I had with Mr. Hewitt prior to placing the item on the agenda to send the cannabis to the planning board. The reason it was done at this time was so that the planning board could have public hearings and get input on it. Now, when I talked to Mr. Hewitt, he informed me that Commissioner Ranello went to a PBA meeting and promised the PBA that she would support this in order to support the police department and salary increases to their contract. A few moments ago, before this meeting, we all went and we discussed, as was written on there, contract negotiations and the impact on the tax rate. Quite frankly, I'm pretty surprised that no one seconded the motion, and I am also surprised that it didn't get voted on. I suppose, seeing how we're so transparent, we'll probably bring it up after the election. So it's unfortunate that it went down this way. It's unfortunate how much Commissioner Hewitt tells me that this is a good idea for the revenue, that we can use it for the police, that Commissioner Ranello visited the PBA and said whatever she said to them. But you need to take in mind for people to have courage to do what needs to be done up here and people that don't. Now, I asked Mr. Romnick if he had gotten in any trouble for making any endorsements for the election. And he told me no. But I'm just going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this very simply. Weigh all the facts. Weigh what's happened. Weigh what people said. Weigh what they say to everybody. If you know a cop, talk to them. They can verify it or not verify it. It's up to them. And with that, progress.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. What Commissioner Ronell said, yes, please, that's the number one thing, especially with my generation. I am the youngest mayor ever in the city of Millville. It is important that my generation, all generations, everybody do get out and vote. It's your right. In other countries, it's not your right. We are privileged to get out there and vote. I appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. I hope you have enjoyed the wonderful weekend, and even though the turn in the weather has been more towards fall, it's been nice past couple of days. But enjoy the weekend. See you all out there at our many wonderful city events that are upcoming, and I wish you all a great, wonderful night.
Motion to adjourn.
Second motion.
We have a motion to second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.